You're not a bad person. That's exactly how it starts. You're smart. You know it. You've always known it. And somewhere along the way, the world failed to notice. So you adjusted. Not dishonestly, just strategically. You bent a rule that didn't deserve to exist. You took credit for work that was mostly yours. You let someone believe something that wasn't quite true. It was small. It was necessary. You told yourself that. Things got easier. You got what you deserved. But now, you had to remember what you said. You've done this before. You didn't see it as wrong. You saw it as efficient. Here's what you started building without realizing it. A system. Every small decision created a precedent. Every precedent made the next decision easier. You didn't lie. You reframed. You didn't manipulate. You persuaded. You didn't take. You corrected an imbalance. You felt in control. Finally. But you needed more control to feel the same thing. This feels familiar. You've been running this system for years. You just never named it. Then something threatened it. Not you. The thing you built. And you protected it. Naturally. Automatically. You cut someone off who asked too many questions. You kept information from someone who needed it. You decided they couldn't handle the truth. The threat disappeared. But you made the choice for someone else. You told yourself it was necessary. You were protecting them. Stop. Look at what you just did. You didn't protect them. You protected yourself. And you called it the same thing. By now, the project isn't separate from you. It is you. The business. The plan. The version of events. Questioning it means questioning you. So you don't. You get irritated when others do. You explain less. You justify more. To yourself. You had clarity. Purpose. A reason to move. But you stopped hearing anything. That didn't confirm the direction. You didn't become this. You justified it. One decision at a time. Each one reasonable. Each one building the next. The logic is airtight. That's the problem. People started becoming variables. Not because you're cruel. Because the system required it. You calculated who was useful. You tolerated people based on what they enabled. You kept someone close because of what they knew. You distanced someone because of what they might say. Fewer complications. But you started seeing loyalty as a resource to manage. This feels familiar. You've sorted people like this. Maybe not with those stakes. But the logic was the same. Look at that again. You crossed a line. You know which one. And you didn't spiral. You didn't collapse. You recalculated. You told yourself the line was arbitrary. You told yourself the people who drew it didn't understand your situation. You told yourself the outcome justified the path. Forward momentum. No guilt. Clean execution. But the next line is already closer. You knew it was wrong. You decided it was worth it. That's not weakness. That's not passion. That is architecture. You built a mind. That cannot be wrong. Here is where it gets quiet. Everyone around you started to see it. Not loudly. In small ways. A pause before they answered you. A look exchanged when you left the room. A question they stopped asking. You noticed. You filed it away. You told yourself they didn't understand the pressure. You told yourself they'd see it differently when you succeeded. You stopped needing their approval. But you stopped needing them. You're not different. You're earlier. This is the moment. Not the big decision. Not the dramatic turn. This. The quiet morning when you looked at what you'd built. And felt proud. Not relieved. Not conflicted. Proud. The harm was already done. The people already hurt. And you felt pride. That is not a villain's monologue. That is an ordinary Tuesday. That is a person who replaced their conscience with a narrative. He knew. So do you. You want to believe Walter White is a story about meth. It isn't. It's a story about a man who decided he deserved more. Who found a system that gave it to him. Who protected the system over every person in his life. Who called it providing. Who called it necessary. Who called it his. And never, not once, called it what it was. You're not Walter White. Not yet. But the justifications, the control, the quiet way you've started sorting people, the line you moved and then forgot you moved, that's not fiction. That's a direction. You'll finish this video and feel one of two things. Relief, because you think it's about someone else. Or recognition, because some part of you already knows. What are you justifying right now?